This video is sponsored by Omaze. Donate for causes you love and you're entered for the chance to win incredible prizes. If you like us are a big fan of cars, you for sure must have heard about the Shelby Cobra 427 SC. Built by Superformance to the same spec as the 1965 Roadster that put Carroll Shelby on the map, it's sure to turn heads with its iconic styling. But the Cobra is so much more than just a handsome car. It's also incredibly fun to drive. This one comes with a side pipe exhaust, 15-inch Halbrand style wheels, polished driver's side roll bar, wooden Shelby racing steering wheel, and to top it all off, some vintage style gauges and racing seats. And now, just by donating $10, you have a chance to win this beautiful car and on top of that $20,000 in cash to spend any way you want. All you have to do is go to omaze.com/G54, while every entry supports Team Impact charity. Team Impact tackles the emotional trauma and social isolation experienced by children facing serious and chronic illnesses by matching them with a college athletic team. Through participation in Team Impact's clinically informed 2-year program, children experience a sense of belonging from team camaraderie and inclusion, resulting in increased empowerment, resilience, and health promotion. Families are connected and supported as their child achieves personalized goals, and student-athletes gain perspective and inspiration, as well as lessons in adversity and overcoming obstacles. Thank you for your attention, and let's make the world a better place together. Hey there, fellas! Here we are coming at you with a new experiment. If I can just get this out of the way, we got a ton of requests for this one. Anyway, so here's the idea. A while back we bought a special furnace which allows for melting metal and turning it into a sort of lava. We've already used it to melt some brass, but today we'll be working with copper. And then, well, I pop the hood, remove the oil filler cap, fire up the engine after preparing the lava, and while the motor is running, we go ahead and pour in that extremely hot compound and see what happens. This is quite dangerous, so we brought along plenty of water, fire extinguishers, and a bunch of other shit, just in case. Better safe than sorry. Alright, enough talk. Let's put this motor to sleep. Pouring lava into a running motor. Originally uploaded in May of 2019. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. So here's where we're at with this, fellas. When you remove the cap, you don't get much of an opening, so here's what we've decided to do. We'll be taking out this piece of the rocker cover using an angle grinder in order for us to be able to accurately pour everything inside. It'd also be nice to find some sheet metal and place it right here, so that if any of the lava spills over, which it's definitely going to, we don't destroy any of the wires and consequently stall the engine. So now I start hacking, place a cover. We've already heated up the furnace. We just need to melt the copper. And yeah, then we pour it all in. We've decided to do an experiment within an experiment. So look here, while we're mixing that copper that we're trying to melt, the rebar gets red from all of that heat. That should be somewhere around 800 to 900 degrees Celsius, or thereabouts. So we want to try puncturing a wheel with that rebar. Give it a prod. Right here, look. Where you've got the number 70 printed. Get over here. You call that a prod? And that's it. That's not gonna do. I mean, what were you even doing? Why'd you make a cane? You gonna walk around with that thing when you get old? Nope. Now we're gonna have to heat the other end. And take 2. We've established that Cyril's arms are growing from out of his ass. Now we're gonna give this another try like so. There we go. Come on now. That worked beautifully. Don't try this at home. Leave your neighbor's tires in peace. Great, those were easy to puncture. Right. Careful now. This is f***ing heavy. Of course. You know how many kilos that is? Holy crap! What were you expecting? Stop, no need to go any further. Fire up the car and remove the battery. Because I have no idea what's going to happen. Get over here, dude. The interesting part. The motor is running. Oh, it is spitting out so much oil. We good? That's enough. That's enough. It stalled. The engine has stalled. Why isn't it running with the copper? That's a wrap. Burn out already. Give it a head. The lower wires are burning. That's enough, Ivan. There's burning underneath as well? There you have it. We're looking good. Did we pour it all out? So that was everything. And so after it stalled, we still haven't figured out why exactly. It's obvious that the oil began to burn when coming into contact with the copper. Maybe some of the valves stopped opening? We don't know for sure. But what matters is that, yeah, the engine did stall, but let's try firing it back up. It is a Lada engine after all, and you have to remember all the times that they lived when up against impossible odds. Let her rip. That's it? It's completely seized? Well, obviously. Maybe manually spin it the other direction. No way. Even I can't move it, let alone that poor starter motor. Well, I guess no more questions there. The camshaft has predictably seized up. It is hot, son of a bitch. What do we got? Copper everywhere. That's a wrap. There's no way it's gonna rotate. The camshaft, all of the rockers, they are completely smothered in copper. It ain't gonna rotate. The camshaft has zero space. The rockers can't move. It's all fused together, what do you know? Even when you try doing that on purpose, you're quite often unsuccessful. Where's the hammer? Check out the copper, fellas. What's curious is that you can tell that it found its way in while the cam was rotating and it immediately got fused. Still, it was able to move a tiny bit. It even pushed open a valve. But then some other rocker probably got stuck. Let's try hammering them free. When you deliberately try to fuse something, it often doesn't work. See that? It just... Oh wait, it came off. The copper that stuck itself to the cam. It heated up that steel to such an extreme that it fused itself on. Wow! These are some fantastic results. Here's what's interesting, fellas. After we began to carefully examine the aftermath, so this area where I hacked up the rocker cover, the temperature was so extreme that the cylinder head actually melted. Like all the way through. And the copper started to drip out. Can you imagine how hot that was if that thick aluminum couldn't hold up? It immediately melted away. Let me just move the car, and I'll show you what's going on underneath. See that? That's the copper, which poured out after the head was breached. See how much made it onto the floor? You guys accept copper? Alright, fellas, just as you requested, we poured in that copper, the engine is now scrap, and the car itself can also go into the bin. While we were filming, people were stopping by to have a look. And who said they need an alternator? Was it you? Yes, sir. People were taking a look and they're like, can I take the alternator off your hands? The carburetor and so on? We'll let them dig in, and that's all we have for you. You guys watch us, subscribe, send in your suggestions. Don't forget we have that furnace. Maybe we cook up some other curious ideas. Thumbs up, comment, and that's it for this one. Catch you later.